I'm recording. I almost did it again. Looked over there. You'd think with the 4 eyes I would remember that my DSLR camera's no longer there. I have a cheap webcam there because it's... Anyways. I much prefer how I look without glasses, and I could still see pretty good. But when I put these on, I could see everything in 4K. We just wasted half a minute doing that. Haven't played this game in a week. I've been playing other stuff that's come out. You'll notice with my eyes blinking 182 times a minute. Well, I don't normally go on camera anymore. It's very distracting with the bright light. It makes me blink a lot for some reason. And I was not always like that. So we're still in Montana. I figured, since the DLC is fairly new, that I would get into that. Apparently, I'm already in the middle of a job, and we're off to Glasgow. Glasgow. Whatever. All right, so let's do it. Helps if I put it in drive. Come on now, hasn't been that long since I played. The police is right there. They should have seen it. Do something. Come on. Whatever. That's a good way to start the... I almost said the stream till I realized we're not live. No, we're not. I got my governor on. I keep talking about that because all my videos have always been like max speed, zipping through, burning all the red lights, and I'm like, nobody really drives like that. Normally, right? And as you can tell, it's slow. I can grab the mouse to kind of like look around. Sometimes I get lazy and I'm just like, screw it. Hopefully someone's gonna stop. Clearly they didn't. So a little bit more Montana. It's a beautiful state. We're in Montana, right? Seriously, I hope we are. Whatever the new one was, I think it's Montana. Essentially where Far Cry 5 happened. Maybe we'll see the father. I know, I said the same line in my other video. At least I'm recycling my own jokes. So I figured I'd do this, and then moving forward, I've actually made it so that the job... So this is what I've done that's different now, moving forward, for the 3 people that'll see this. Realistic driving speeds. Slightly longer jobs, potentially, because you can change what your preferred length is. You know what I'm saying? For the job that you pick. And I figure 5-10 minute driving can be pretty decent. See? 105. 65 miles an hour, I believe. And I keep repeating this in all my videos in case you haven't seen my other ones. I don't know what you've seen. It would be nice to be able to pick what is the maximum allowed for the speed governor restriction thingy. It would be nice. Because like I've mentioned before, I work out a lot. I do legs a lot. Oh, he's going straight. I should have noticed that from the lack of a signal. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, you're turning. Maybe I just need to relax a bit more. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot. Seriously, completely forgot what the hell I was just saying. That happens to me a lot. Maybe it'll come back to me in a moment. I just have to relax. Maybe it'll hit me. I seriously had something I really wanted to say. I hate when that happens, but it's rare that it happens while I'm recording, because then I feel like I'm on the spot, and I don't want to have to, like, break up the recording, go back, see what I was about to say, and go, oh, right, that's it. Must not have been important. Or the Alzheimer's is kicking in, one of the two. The speed limit. That's right. I wish I could have it so that I can choose how fast I want to go, because I work out a lot. That's what I was saying. And I do a lot of walking as well, squats and all that shit. It's so much easier for me to just plop my fat foot on the gas pedal and just let it be completely pressed all the way down, knowing I won't blow something crazy like 105 miles an hour. In this case, I'm guaranteed that I'm only going to go about 100 kilometers an hour. Much easier to manage a truck, especially with a load. I forget what we're carrying. bag of rock or salt or something. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I was just playing Bus Simulator 21. What a crock of shit that is. Game looks like a pile of poo ass. And it runs like shit. I could play Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60 FPS, max settings, 1080p. 1080p, that's okay. It doesn't have to be 4K. I got 4K with these glasses. Seriously, though, I feel, and I've said this so many times before, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with 4K. 4K is like extra crispy and sharp for obvious reasons because of the resolution. But if you look at a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, and you max out the graphics, and you leave it at 1080p, I'm sorry. If you're not satisfied with how that game looks, there is fucking something wrong with you. For real. Get some glasses. Maybe you have an astigmatism or something. I'm just saying. It's not normal. Are my lights on or off? When you can't tell, that's a problem. There we go. I think. Yeah, so for me, this game looks better than Bus Simulator 21, the new one. It just runs like shit. I was really disappointed. I haven't played it since almost launch. Come on, it took me so long to get up to 100. And I thought to myself, there's nothing going on. He's trolling me. That's okay, I'll try and pass him. See how well that works. So that's why I gave up on that game. The Bus is a fun game. I feel like it's so much better than Bus Simulator. But it runs a little bit like shit too. And I just built this computer a couple of months ago, if you remember, at the turn of the... I almost said the turn of the century. The turn of the year 2022, back in January. I still have an old graphics card. Ooh, old. An RTX 2070 Super. I still have that. I don't need to upgrade my graphics card. But I have a really good CPU. Not an amazing, but a really good CPU. Kick-ass RAM. Everything's SSD and all that skit and skadoodle. But yeah, there's just a lot of games I find on PC. They're just not well optimized, and I find that games on console, people aren't going to like hearing this, are more consistent with being well optimized. I'm not saying you can't get a game that runs like shit on a console. But everybody's got the same PS5. Everybody's got the same Xbox Series X. So I feel like when developers are playing around with the kits to make these games, it's just easier for them to, you know, code it properly or whatever you want to call it. Whereas on PC, no two people have the exact same combination of parts. Sweet Mother of God, please do not come in my lane. That was not very smart. Sure, now I signal, but it all worked out. See, that was somewhat realistic. Plus, I find it helps to slow the pace of the game down because I literally used to drive almost a little bit more than 1.5 times the speed. In kilometers, you know, like the rest of the world, I used to go about 160 kilometers an hour, so now I'm going like, yeah, about 55-ish kilometers slower. So like some 35 miles an hour slower. That's a pretty decent chunk. So it just kind of allows for the whole scenario, the whole video to play out a lot, well, not a lot slower, but noticeably slower. So even if I'm doing a small job, okay, that's enough there. It'll be completed slower, which allows more time for me to ramble and flap my gums. Because we all know how much we enjoy that. I know I do. I like driving at night, especially around this time. What time is it now? 9:30 p.m. Hey, I'm just saying, in Yellowknife, Land of the Midnight Sun, it's called that for a reason. Especially in the winter. You can't tell by looking outside what time of day it is. It's literally like this all day. Do you know how insane that is? That's why they call it seasonal depression. Look it up. Yellowknife, Land of the Midnight Sun. Because in the summer, which obviously you have longer days, like especially June 21st, the summer solstice, the the sunset turns into a sunrise all in one shot. Like, you could literally sit from the corner of your eye. You don't want to stare at it, obviously, because you won't be able to see the next one the next day. It's actually pretty wild, and then you can see the northern lights. It's absolutely amazing. So I love traveling, road trips, and all that shit, but I haven't done that in quite a long time, at least not at a great distance. That being the primary reason. So I do it virtually. That's why I call this like a, like a driving vlog, a virtual road trip vlog, if you will. Right? Because if this was real, and I was driving around, what the hell would I be talking about? Absolutely nothing. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying anything of value, nothing in relation to the game, really. Apart from the steering wheel is fairly round, and so are the wheels, and they're made of rubber and they're black. And I'm polluting the ozone layer because I'm driving a real truck. Not that fucking electric shit. But seriously, though, I'm so much more relaxed playing this game. I was just playing Way of the Hunter as well, that just came out. Hunting, trucking, I'm all into that stuff, even though I've never really done either, except virtually. That game's a little bit stressful because there's not much going on. Not that there's anything going on in this game, but at least we're in motion. There's action going on. There's driving, right? And we discovered Glasgow. So that's why it's easier for me to play this game and talk than play some of the other games that I enjoy that I feel are better left done alone on my own time, unless I'm showcasing the game because it just came out, which is what I'm doing with Way of the Hunter. I think I'm gonna have to get in the right lane. Any goats or sheep in there in that hay? Any needles? Not heroin needles, I mean, like, the whole needle in a haystack. Come on now, get with it. You know what I meant. See? 55 FPS, what's going on? What's going on? Actually, let me try something really quick. I know you're like, seriously? Did you just do that? I did just do that. We are at 400% scaling. That can be pretty demanding on your PC, but come on now. It's rare that my frames dippy dip in this game, but when they do, you can feel it a little bit. I get that. I don't care how good your frames are. If you're dipping, you're glitching, and you'll be able to feel it. Yeah, we're gonna need to turn right, so we're just gonna have to. We don't got time for this. I gotta get back into the 60 FPS world. They're jacking my style. I think there's a way. I'm not going to do that in this stream. I'm actually going to be done this video. I might start streaming again someday. Don't get too excited. And what I'm going to do is see if I can actually find a way. And I'm surprised it's not in the game with all the... Why do I keep looking over there? With all the options they give you. I'm going to see if there's an add-on or something where I know I can reduce the pedestrians. I don't want to turn them off. Maybe reduce the traffic a little bit. That would help. First of all, it would feel like Canada. Because we have 10 times less the population, so I'd probably be able to fool people. So long as there's no, like, alligators and shit just fucking roaming around. Then again, we don't have Florida in American Truck Simulator as far as I know. But this was fun. So I'm going to look into that. I'm sorry. I'm in a hurry. Skip. Excellent. Yeah, it wasn't fantastic because we dinged up the vehicle. We dinged it. Scrapped cars. Oh, wow. Look at that one. How do you like them apples? Havre Kalispell. Havre and Kalispell. We'd be doing 1, 2, 3. We'd be dipping into 4 states if we did that trip. First of all, let me see something. The job market. Get hired? No, earn money with your own truck. I have my own truck, but I already have Havre. But I do not have Kalispell and all this fucking other shit. Because then when you're looking for work, right, you could be like, oh, what's a job from here? Like you have more options at your disposal, right? And that's what I want to be able to do. And this would give me a chance to do the northern part of Montana, right below Canada, which is very exciting, at least for me. I used to have British Columbia. It was an add-on, but what ended up happening was with the update, it made it that it wasn't working, it wasn't compatible. I don't like add-ons. They make my brain go nuts. My OCD kicks in really hard, and it's fucking terrible. So as I've mentioned before, the only goddamn, well, I don't think God ever damned any of the add-ons that I use are the ones for the side mirrors. So they're flush in the corner rather than a couple of inches on each side. Makes no sense why the game doesn't even allow you to do that. But anyways, I'll do this on my own. See, like if I wanted that job, for example, we've already been there. Wyoming. Like, I mean, I've uncovered a lot of stuff. California. I feel like that might actually be a good whoops. Come on. Hook me up. Hook. No? But I also wanted to fix my truck. Anyways, I'm going to figure all that out on my own, and then maybe in the next video, like I said, I'll end up grabbing that job or something, and we'll go from there. So if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. As always, I'll bend it in half, and I'll twist it. Snap it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be great. And yes, I keep looking at my phone. It keeps beeping. I don't know who it is. And if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.